Hello, I'm Lara Kulcharsan and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. With rising concerns over the safety of young people while using social media, Meta has introduced new restrictions on live streaming for teenagers on Instagram. The tech giant is also extending its under-18 protections to Facebook and Messenger. This now means teens under 16 will need parental consent to use Instagram's live feature. They will also require permission to turn off a feature that blurs images with suspected nudity in their direct messages. This move comes as Meta expands its teen account system to Facebook and Messenger. The teen accounts, which was introduced on Instagram last year, automatically set under 18 users with restrictions. They include giving moms and dads the ability to set time limits for app use, block access at certain times, and monitor their children's messages.
As a former educator and a parent, it's important to me to make sure that teens are navigating their social media and digital lives safely. Now, don't get me wrong, as a parent, it's easy to feel like you're out of the loop. And as a dad of future teens, I have to figure it out. How am I gonna keep my kids independent and safe while online? When I was a high school teacher, it was clear that teens wanted to be a part of an online community. But without safeguards, social media can be a daunting place. That's why I'm glad Instagram is automatically enrolling teens in teen accounts with built-in protection that limits contact, content, and time spent. Teen accounts now also stop teens under 16 from going live without parents' permission. Now, if you're worried about your teens getting unwanted photos in their DMs, don't be. There are new restrictions put in place to help stop those things from happening. Real talk, we only want what's best for our kids as parents, right? Teen accounts is one way to do it. Let's let teens be teens online and in real life with peace of mind. Thanks to teen accounts.
Microsoft has fired 2 of its employees who protested about the company supplying Israel with AI technology. They said the tech company was complicit in the genocide in Gaza. The staffers disrupted Microsoft's 50th anniversary celebrations as AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman was live streaming an address.
What does all this mean?
Mustafa, shame on you that you care about using AI for good, but Microsoft sells AI weapons to the Israeli military. 50,000 people have died, and Microsoft powers this genocide in our region.
Thank you for your protest, I hear you.
That was software engineer Ibtihal Abu Saad. She was slapped with a termination letter on Monday. Microsoft accused her of misconduct designed to gain notoriety and cause maximum disruption. A second protester, Vania Agrawal, who was serving her notice period, was asked to leave 5 days earlier. Earlier this year, an investigation by the Associated Press showed that AI models from Microsoft and OpenAI had been used by Israel to select bombing targets in Gaza and Lebanon. After the incident, Ibtihal said she expected to be punished for standing up.
For me, my biggest fear is like waking up from my 9 to 5 and realizing that my code might be killing children today. So that's the concern that was more prevalent for me, and that's why I spoke despite, knowing there might be consequences like that. Yeah, the fear of contributing to the genocide in Gaza is greater for me. I'm more worried about Microsoft's complicity in genocide, honestly. Like, nothing is about, like, that is the limit. Like, knowing that our code is contributing to bombing and surveillance and targeting of innocents, that's my biggest concern.
In a world where satellites map every millimeter of the planet and smartphones keeps us connected, there's one place that remains completely off the grid. Deep in the Bay of Bengal, North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth.
The North Sentinel Island, located in the Bay of Bengal, is home to one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world, the Sentinelese. The tribe is fiercely protective of their way of life and has been known to attack outsiders who have attempted to visit or interact with them. The Indian government has recognized the vulnerability of both the tribe and any outsiders who may venture onto the island as a result. North Sentinel Island has been declared off-limits to visitors officially. The island remains one of the most isolated places on Earth, with few people having ever set foot on its shores.
Well, that's until a 24-year-old American YouTuber decided to leave his mark on the remote island. Apparently, Mikhailo Polyakov landed on the Forbidden Island last week in what appears to be an attempt to make contact with the locals. He reportedly filmed his visit and left behind 2 bizarre gifts for the locals.
No one's surprised the American who left the Diet Coke and coconut as a gift while trying to film YouTube content of possibly the most isolated tribe in the world. He's been arrested. 24-year-old Mikhailo Polakov snuck into the heavily restricted North Sentinel Island in hopes of making contact with the tribe that's estimated to be about 150 people. Apparently, he pulls up to the island on a boat and for an hour blows a whistle trying to get the tribe's attention. Eventually, he gave up and left, but not before recording some YouTube content, getting samples of the sand and leaving them a Diet Coke and a coconut as like a parting gift. He's lucky they didn't notice him because in 2018, an American missionary named Alan Cho was killed by the tribe after he tried to convert them to Christianity. Mikhailo is currently being held and faces 8 years in prison if convicted. The director of Survival International said, quote, "He was reckless and idiotic. His actions not only endangered his own life, they put the entire tribe at risk. It's very well known by now that uncontacted people have no immunity to common outside disease like flu or measles, which could completely wipe them out."
Here's an example of how to travel sustainably, ethically, and without causing harm. And there's the prospect of waking up in ancient Rome, building the pyramids in Egypt, or walking the streets of 14th century London during the Black Plague. Thanks to AI, you can now travel back in time.
Here, take this. They pray for our death. Do not give it to them.
AI-generated time travel videos have recently gone viral on TikTok, offering a first-person glimpse into different historical eras. But while they have captivated millions, historians question their accuracy. Experts call them amateurish and sensational, pointing out major inaccuracies. Creators say the videos aren't meant to be 100% accurate like documentaries. They are just artistic interpretations that aim to capture the mood of an era. But historians worry about the impact. While most viewers know the videos aren't real, younger audiences may take AI's version of history at face value. While fans yearn for more K-pop comebacks, the Korea Music Copyright Association has dropped a beat of its own. South Korea's largest music copyright collective, KOMCA, has announced that AI-generated music won't be eligible for royalties. The new policy requires creators to confirm that their work is completely human-made when it comes to composing. AI-assisted recordings are still allowed, but if someone fibs and claims they did it solo when AI lent a hand, KOMCA can cut off royalties or write off the song from its catalog entirely. And while AI-generated music faces new hurdles, the K-pop industry is charting a new direction towards Southeast Asia. South Korean entertainment agencies are looking beyond China and Japan, tapping into a booming market with massive online engagement. TikTok trends from Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines are propelling K-pop acts to global audiences, with fans in the region spending more on Korean content than ever before. A recent study by TikTok shows fans in Southeast Asia not only spend more, but also engage with K-pop daily. And with rising stars like Indonesia's Carmen gaining traction, the region is no longer just a fan base, it's shaping the future of the industry.
Korean entertainment management companies are now looking at applying the K-pop training methodology to form more idol groups that are not just Koreans. The intention behind this is to turn K-pop into more of a global phenomenon by diluting the strong K identity to gain more light fans, not just stans. There are mixed views on this from Koreans. Some say that it's good to look beyond what we already have, whilst others argue that losing the K identity means that it's not K-pop anymore. It's just an excuse to make more money by targeting a bigger market. Idol training in Korea is no walk in the park. Korean trainees often start from a very, very young age, dedicating years to their training before debuting. Not every trainee makes it through either. And the commitment during these training sessions is intense, and the pressure to conform to the industry's beauty standards can really lower their self-esteem. Trainees probably definitely will be advised or told to undergo surgeries to fit the industry's perception of beauty. Is what I'm really worried about. And it's the potential of young foreign trainees being taken advantage of. There have been numerous cases for Korean celebrities or trainees already, with some extreme cases ending their lives. It's going to be even worse for foreigners in Korea.
For the first time in 6 years, North Korea has hosted the Pyongyang International Marathon, welcoming around 200 foreign runners to its capital. The marathon, which began in 1981, is traditionally held every April to mark the birthday of the country's founding leader, Kim Il-sung. The event was last held in 2019 before North Korea closed its borders during the pandemic. Participants in this year's marathon were required to join organized tour groups to enter the country. The marathon took participants past several iconic landmarks, including a residential area for the country's top scientists and engineers. Spectators filled the streets to cheer the runners while waving flags. While the race results have not been made public, the event could mark a significant step in North Korea's return to international events.
Ran a marathon in North Korea. It starts in the largest outdoor stadium in the world, 150,000 capacity. That's twice the size of your in-person Super Bowl attendance, to give you a sense of scale. But running the marathon through the streets of North Korea's capital city was the most normal thing that I did that weekend. Our tour for that weekend, the itinerary was packed. They didn't want to give you any time to do any kind of critical thinking, to think about anything they were actually telling you, which only upon reflection and getting back from the trip do you realize is just a complete set of lies. I'm still not sure what I saw when I was there. I'm 99% sure it's all made up, but I'd be 100% sure if I didn't actually go, because propaganda works. It all seemed to be a theatrical act, a combination of the Truman Show and the Hunger Games. So that's why when we finally got the chance to run, it was such a relief to not have to put up with any more of that and just be able to go out and do the thing that you came there to do.
Meet Gertrude Gilite. She has a very unique approach to positive thinking and the law of attraction. And her self-love affirmation includes a lot of knitting. The Lithuanian artist knits the same scarf in her spare time over and over with the words, "I love you, Gertrude."
For the last 5 years, I am engaged in these slightly obnoxious durational projects. I will knit them until I sell them in art market as art objects. Knitting is said to reduce anxiety and increase happiness hormones such as serotonin and dopamine, while saying I love you to yourself helps to practice self-compassion, which I'm really. So, this work is about success and failing. The longer I don't sell these scarves, the more I get to practice these benefits of knitting, the positive ones, and also at the same time the quantity of this work will extend its quality. So the longer I don't sell, the more impressive art installation I have. So basically, conceptually, in my opinion, I cannot lose here.
And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.